my name is Rap. This is my new video about Warframe. In this video I'm playing with Zephyr. I made a few changes here because, I was using Jetstream in the Fortitude slot and I was using Blind Rage in the Intensify slot. But I only use Jetstream when I'm playing online or with friends because this is useful. Playing in a team, not so when you play alone. So I changed it to Fortitude, and since I'm also playing alone, I changed it Blind Rage to Intensify because of the efficiency. I only use Blind Rage mostly if I'm playing in a party because it's more bearable and the minus in energy, in efficiency, it's not an issue because we are 4 players, so I don't have to kill all the enemies by myself. It's better, you have more freedom in a build. So when I change to solo, I don't mind to lose power strength, but I change or to Intensify or to 14 points Transcendent Fortitude, but this mod give me a minus 22% in duration, so I always prefer Intensify, since the difference between this one and this one is 15% strength, so it's kind of useful this way. I'm gonna take the meter. I normally use this build. I don't use heavy caliber in meter, mostly because it messes with the accuracy, but right now, since I'm farming the Kubro cooler and I'm going to make a tower 4, so I use speed trigger to give me a boost in my fire rate and remove Stormbringers, so only use Infected Clip, High Voltage, Malignant Force and Fanged Fusillade. That is very useful to boost your slash damage, and since you also have 100% status. Okay, so I'm gonna take the Hikou Prime. My Hikou Prime is also a weapon where I don't use Magnum Force because also of the accuracy. So I use Barrel Diffusion, Hornet Strike, Liquid Torrent, Jolt, Bore, Pistol Pestilence, Pathogen Rounds and Convulsion. I also have a build where I use Magnum Force, but this is specifically to go to endless missions where we stay a little bit and there is enemy scaling, so damage is more useful, and since the minus in accuracy is a bit different from heavy caliber, you only have 33% of minus in the accuracy. I don't mind to use Magnum Force in this situation. Okay, I already play with the Helious, but since I didn't play with Vulklok, I'm gonna take the Vulklok. The Vulklok is one weapon that I make a critical build because it is useful, since it's a sniper rifle. Using this build you still have a very high status and a critical chance and critical damage. It is useful, and the fact that I'm not using Stormbringer here and I'm using Vital Sense, the minus in the Elementar, it's not that much important, since the weapon become more effective with its critical chance and critical damage, since it's a sniper rifle. It's very worth it, believe me. I don't use Vulklok much, but when I use it I see that it's by far the most strong weapon of the Sentinels. Okay, since I'm farming the cooler and already played the mobile defense in the last video, I'm going to do a sabotage. Well, I'm not having luck with the cooler Kubro parts, but I'm still trying, and I'll get it eventually. To me it's very useful because I use the Kubros a lot, especially on these tier missions. I find the Kubros more reliable than the Sentinels. Sentinels are mainly dependent of your mistakes. Usually when I make a mistake I lose my Sentinel, and that rarely happens with the Kubro. But I also know that the Kubros do more damage, the Sentinel weapons do more damage than the Kubros. I also know that, but to me it's a good trade-off, so okay, I'm going to look for the cache. It's mostly because of this, because the weapon with speed trigger becomes more quick if you use speed trigger and shred, and you know, on this type of encounters you can quickly take down the target even using the meter, and that's why I usually prefer to use the two on, especially on this tier. Switch to my secondary, there is a lot of enemies here. Still didn't find one cache. I'm seeing that this will be a very big map. I usually see when I don't find cache early in the map, I usually know this will be a very big map. Okay, I'm gonna search here because we have to go to the other side, so I'm going to search here first. I usually do this when I'm playing Sabotage. I always go for the caches first, and then after I find all the caches I'm going to do the mission.
You found the first resource cache. I'm detecting 2 more faint hints.
I prefer to do this way, of course. Each person do the way that it serves his best. Almost lost my Sentinel. Well, the bombards are very good to kill your Sentinel, So I'm going to use, I don't want to lose the sentinel right away, so I'm going to use this. Okay, it's already maxed, it's not here, so I'm going to go search in the other side. I'm going to change to the meter again. Oh, an update. I'm gonna look here first. Nothing. Nothing here. Nothing here. Well, I was guessing that this was a very big map because, well, when I don't find a cache early on, it's because the mission will be very, very big. To search here. As I was saying, I mostly bring the Kubros. It's mostly because of the bombards, because it's very easy for you to get distracted and be rocketed, and the Kubro usually don't have issues with bombards, and Sentinels are, it's very easy to lose the Sentinel if you get rocket, at least not with one rocket of course, but if you are unlucky to get 2 rockets in a row, it will destroy your Sentinel, and then unless you are using the regeneration card, you usually lose your Sentinel, unless of course you lose a life and you respawn, you get your Sentinel back, but people usually don't kill themselves only to get the Sentinel. I think that they aren't going to kill themselves to get the Sentinels back. But it's true that the Sentinel weapons do more damage than the Kubros and are more effective than the Kubros. Okay, I'm gonna look here first. Oh, I'm with a bit unlucky because, well, it's going to be the last places that I'm going to look. Now I'm going to look here. Oh, it's here one. Now I'm only missing one cache. It's probably this is the way to extraction. I'm almost certain that this is the way to extraction, unless there is another way, but it will probably be this way to extraction. So I'm gonna look here, and then I'm only missing a little part where the mission is. what I said. This is the way to extraction. Do one thing I'm seeing, because I'm probably going to find the other cache and I'm almost without energy. It's mostly because of this that I like to play with the primes on void, because whenever you pass for that bubbles you usually refill a lot of energy, so you don't have issues with energy if you are using a prime in void. Even using blind rage. Okay, let me look here. I was trying to move from the lasers and I catch the lasers right in the middle. Well, I'm not going to lose here more time, so just want my health back. Okay. The other cache must be near the objective, so I'm going. It's for the other side. Now I was distracted. Okay, this door is closed. Let me see the other one. Cache will be probably very near the objective, so I still didn't see here. This door is closed, so it probably will be near the objective, so these mows sometimes are hilarious because I got stuck here because of the mow. I have to see that door. It's nothing, so I have to see this one is closed. Probably will be very near the objective. I missed the cache. How is that possible? How is that possible? I missed the cache, so it was one door here that I didn't. Well, it's very easy sometimes to pass by a part where you didn't look. That's why I always look for the caches before going to the mission, to avoid this kind of confusion. And I thought I had looked everywhere and I missed this door. So the game is always right. If you have one less cache to find, there is a place that you didn't saw yet. At least I never experienced a bug where the game didn't have caches, or some caches were missing. Change to the meter. It's to avoid what happened in my previous mission, because I lost my ammo in my secondary and had to use the meter against links. It still kills them, but it's more hard, because even with the shred and speed trigger, it is better to use the Hikou Prime, because it is more quick, even to destroy the drones and kill links, than use the meter. It's good to use turbulence if you are dealing with a lot of enemies. It doesn't protect you against all shots from the enemy, but it deflects a few, so it's very useful when you are, especially in situations where you are overwhelmed by enemies. Okay, now I'm going to see. I'm going to do this because I'm not going to do the same mistake that I did in the last mission. I went without ammo and had to kill links with my melee weapon. And believe me, it's it's a bit annoying. Okay, now the game is going to spawn a lot of enemies in the way to extraction. It is always this way. But since I'm curious to see the update, I'm not going to lose much more time with this. That's why I like to find the caches before I do the mission. It's exactly to avoid having to look further.
Objective complete. Key incursion beam cores are out of commission. The enemy will objectives are complete. Proceed to extraction now.
Okay, it's
Mission
done.
complete. Excellent work,
I
Jack.
basically do this with Zephyr. I only use a few times turbulence, not much, but a few times, especially when I overwhelmed by enemies, and tornado to control the crowd, especially in this tier. That's why I don't mind to switch blind rage for intensify, because I don't use tornado because of the damage, but because of the ability it gives me to clean a room, and they have to deal with a few less enemies, so the damage it's not what I'm worried about. But of course this is my personal preference. uh, I usually use blind rage, especially if I'm playing online, and use jet stream because it's very useful to you and your team if you play in a party. Okay, it's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Until the next video, see you around.